What up, my beautiful peeps? Alright, so one thing I'm being guided to do, well, I have to heal this body because I'm in pain. And I know that other people are in pain as well. You don't have to tell me. I can see it. With the lopsided shoulders, just like mine, with somebody walking on the inside or outside of their foot. That right there can cause pain all the way from your ankle to your knee to your thigh. So what has been frustrating for me is, although maybe I'm not a gym buff, but I was doing yoga 3 and 4 times really every day starting out. And I just was not, I still don't have a good range of motion. And it's like, why don't I have flexibility? It's because the issue is in the tissue. There is no fascia healing. So I'm going to show how. I'm going to heal my entire body without any help from the medical field because we don't need them. I know a lot of people that are holistic, they're like, and I'm not a doctor. If you still want to go deal with that. And people probably do right now if they're on a bunch of medications, but that is not healing. I have been a victim of that for so long, and so many others have too. And what do I mean by being a victim? I mean, when getting injured, like a softball injury when I was 16, what happened? There was no physical therapy, there was no chiropractor, nothing like that because we had Medicaid, I was poor. So I didn't get that treatment, so I was just handed a bunch of pain pills. Okay, cool. So that's how I dealt with my pain, and many others have too. And not only physical, but emotional. So we just keep taking medicine and keep going. And a lot of people, you don't even have to be an addict. But you get injured at work, you pull something, the next day you're not going to be sitting at home resting, you're going to be going back to work because number one, you can't afford it, and number two, you might get fired if you miss work, which is ridiculous anyways. But, alright, so I'm going to heal myself. So I thought, well, how can I show that this body really is broken? I'm not going to disclose my age. I've been an addict for 20 years. I definitely don't look like what I've been through. But you can only imagine that this body feels broken. At my age, I don't look like it, but I feel like this body is 60 years old. Pain, rate your pain. I'm in pain 100% of the time. Sometimes it is very excruciating. This hip has given me a whole lot of problems, and I'm figuring out why. You know why? Nobody on here would ever be able to guess. My big toe. Because of the fancy shoes, those real expensive Nike Dunks and Jordans, make you feel like you're walking on a block. Those kick-ass shoes has turned my toe in about 15 degrees. So what happened with that? It's disabled the flexion in my foot, so when I walk, the toe's not going up 65 degrees. So what happens that makes there be more compensation within the ankle, within the knee, and all the way up. So that little compensation, the joints and tendons are not supposed to carry. I fractured this ankle when I was bad on drugs, the right one. Fell down a hill. I was bad on drugs, and they had no orthopedic on call here. They were like, oh, you can go to another hospital. They wouldn't give me pain medicine. I was like, fuck y'all. I left. After that, I got arrested and went to prison, so there was no healing with it. So this left foot really did a lot of compensating. And I think of that, and I'm like, there may not be a way to heal that. There is. There's going to be a way to heal this. I'm going to heal it all. All this shit pops and cracks. I hope that I can show you all some of that. Like, I'm living off grid, so I might try to go to friends and show you some popping and cracking. This has got a huge knot in it. I could probably stand here, and you can see how much more this left shoulder draws up than the right. Why is that? Because the fascia. The fascia is just like, it's stuck like glue to my tendons and my muscles, and it feels like a big knot. And everything that I've tried, everything that I've done, I've felt no relief until I started doing traditional Chinese medicine fascia releases. And that's how I'm going to heal my body. You see, what I understood is, or what I'm beginning to understand is, until the fascia's healed, none of this other shit matters. It's just like with the hip, doing the band stretches and all that. Well, I'm not feeling any relief out of this hip and continuing to do it every day. Do you think that that's helping your hip? No, it can't be helping the hip. It's only making it worse because you're not correcting the real issue, which is the big toe for me. And a doctor never told me this. Been learning it on my own. It really is true. The answers are within us. We don't need external influences, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. We don't need external influences. The only thing external influences did for me was fuck me up. I made a lot of bad decisions, and I'm 100% responsible for them. But I'm just saying, as I look back on some things, there's things that shouldn't have happened the way that they did. And that is being kind of a victim of the big pharma scandal that was especially in these country towns, billing the hell out of the Medicaid and Medicare. A lot of people here are victims of that. People, hopefully, that follow me, they're going to say, yep, I'm a victim of that, but a lot of us have broke free from that, and I love seeing that. I love seeing my people, being able to break it, because statistically, they say a pedo can be rehabilitated, but an addict can't. Well, fuck that statistic. I proved that wrong. Been proving it wrong. And a lot of other people are too, and it's killer. Anyway, back to the subject. Let me see if I can show you some ranges of flexibility, maybe, that I have or haven't had. And maybe maybe if I shut up, I can maybe let you all hear some of the stuff in my shoulder. Let me see if I can see this left one. Let's see if I can get it. I might have to hook a microphone up, but we're gonna get there. The ankle's not too bad because I've already done my ankle and toe routine for this morning, and that's the thing. After being a victim of the Matrix, I can't get back in it because now I need that time to heal myself. See, this is going to take time. This is not something that happens easily, and this is not going to be easy, but it's a task that I'm going to do. This shoulder has been like this for 7 years. 7 to 10 years. Yeah, when I was incarcerated, sleeping on that metal slab, not knowing my fate, the tension started, building. No pillow, nothing. And I woke up one morning, I couldn't even do a push-up. I was like, damn, nobody knew. I've been to chiropractors, I've been to massage therapy. I don't know what that is. It's fascia. Why the fuck can nobody tell me that? It's because in Western medicine, it's not trained to cure. It's trained to create the problem, to create the cure, to create the money, to create the customer. That's all it is a customer. Nobody heals in this. I have family never healed. I swear to God, I would give somebody a $100 bill if they can say, I have a story where somebody was 100% healed. 100. Because you're not. Even if you go get something fixed, it's not healed. There's still going to be issues somewhere. If it ain't that area, it's going to be another. Because I know people that have had 6, 7, 8 surgeries, and that's what happens. There's not one testimony that's going to be on here to say, I'm 100% healed from Western medicine. You're not going to be able to do it. But I'm going to be able to do it just by myself. All right. Let me see. Rotate. Of course, nothing's going to do that. Maybe I need to do this first thing in the morning. Y'all have to ignore my feet. My feet stay dirty, but all I do is walk barefoot, so... I know you all have to hear that. That feels so foreign. And you know why? Because we're taught to move linear. And our body, specifically our tendons and stuff, they move circular. So we're not rotating. We're just doing linear exercises only, no rotation, and that's why it's not working. With what I know now, I will never go to another gym, and I will never be lifting another weight, because all that did was hurt me. I'm not saying that there's trained professionals and they can prove me wrong on a lot, and hats off to you. I didn't have the money for physical therapist or a personal trainer, any of that, so I've had to do this on my own, and this is what I know, and this is what's going to work for me. It's already working on this shoulder. The first day that I started doing a fascia reset, I immediately could tell a difference. Consistency is key. And in my situation where, I've neglected my body for over 20 years. I used to be big into sports and all that, but you know, trauma happens and shit happens in your life. Things fall apart. And, you know, as an addict, you're not waking up to work out and take care of yourself. You're waking up to get your fix that day. So 20 years of that and a lot of neglect. But I am going to heal myself, and I'm going to show others that you can heal yourself, that we don't need external influences. It has to do with diet, consistency, and the proper techniques. And fascia is everything, because the issue is the tissue, is in the tissue. When you are hurt, physically or emotionally, your body holds on to it, and we don't ever release that in the Western medicine. We never release it. That's why we're all in pain. If everybody was honest and took a survey over 30, I guarantee that 90% of the people that have had to live in this matrix, like really work, not spoon-fed or anything, really work, anyone over 30 is going to say, I deal with pain 50% of the time, somewhere. And I'm not saying it has to be excruciating and debilitating, but really, physically scan your body. Do you have any pain just standing? Anywhere. I'm sure you're going to feel a compression somewhere in the vertebrae, because we don't decompress with Western techniques. But with traditional Chinese medicine, that's what they work on, is decompressing. Because the gravity is compressing our spine, we have to decompress and release. So it's freaking awesome. I get to show people this. I'll try to get some, like, because I want to get, like, some better sounds and stuff. And maybe you did hear it. Maybe I just need to shut the hell up. But anyway, I'm going to work on some more techniques. And I can't wait. I'm excited. I already feel better. And I'm telling you, like, these exercises with your feet, they're like 3 minutes on each set and stuff. I never realized how much the feet mattered for the rest of the body. And feet are so neglected. And I could totally tell that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. Like, well, especially within my own. You know, I probably haven't done the best that I should. I mean, soak them and detox them and put some coconut oil on them, but I ain't doing nothing else. No, you got to, like, move the fascia in the toes. You've got to move it around. We're not taught that. We don't know it. Now I know that, and it is helping. So important. But our feet are connected to the 12 organ systems. So if that's not healthy, what makes you think your organs could be healthy? It's really interesting, guys. I love learning this stuff. And when I look at a lot of the people in my family that were not in the best shape, their feet were not in the best shape. You know, times are changing though, and we are here to actually put ourselves first and take care of ourselves, and then radiate that into the world. If we're broken and don't feel good about ourselves and not taking care of ourselves and feel like shit, how the hell are we going to radiate anything good out into this universe? That's what I got. I got to get going. Peace, love, and light, my people.